Welcome back. Nothing lasts forever. You know? And it's just a realm or reality we live in. Now, you could take that as a bad thing, or you could take that as everyone gets their turn, everyone has their time, everyone gets their whatever, And then that would make it fair, and so it doesn't need to last forever. As long as you make sure what's yours lasts for your ever. And since you ain't gonna live forever, you don't need nothing to last forever. You need shit to last as long as your ass is alive. Now, we gonna jump right into this. Sorry, ladies, we gonna use you an example. For a long time, I've always, thought about relationships. I think everybody does, but being a philosopher, if that's the right word, a thinker, someone that actually thinks about shit and not just his own, think about all relationships, broader thought of it, just besides myself. And to do that, you have to ask other people questions. You have to be in other people's relationship. You have to pay attention to shit, the patterns and different things. Or you're just judging from your own experience. Everyone judges from their own experience, which would mean that's not all the truth. That's only your part of the truth. You get it? So when people give their excuses or their reasons why they do something and you may not understand, it's because you're not living their life. You don't have to live their story, so you have to understand what truth they got, So I was thinking to myself, and I've been making videos on this little by little, and it's a repeating thing, I guess. I guess it's for a man out there or a woman that needs to move on. Like, I was thinking to myself, why the fuck do majority of men really believe women are in love with them when the world is so fucking crazy and has been so crazy that, not saying all women, but a lot of women don't choose their man because they love them. They choose their man because he's the best provider that can stop the world from fucking her shit up and her living out her life and doing whatever it is, And there's nothing wrong with that when you really think about life and death. When you're not thinking about some corny-ass social class. When you're not thinking about, oh, she's just being greedy. No, women have to face men. So that would mean they need a man to protect them from men. And everyone goes physical. Men are super smart and will trick a bitch out of their whole fucking life. Trick a woman into servitude, slavery, and they won't even know what's going on. So, I understand why women will have more intelligence, have more beauty, and then choose an average guy. Because you're easy to please. You ain't going nowhere. She's the best looking woman you ever will get. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're talking about love here. You know what I mean? That word everybody keeps throwing around, and marriage, and a lot of people don't realize when you go back in the day, they didn't marry for love. They was marrying their daughters off. You can't marry someone off to someone they're in love with. They don't fucking know who they are. They don't get to choose what they look like. They don't get to choose what personality they have. You just get married to a dude that can provide for you. So, is a relationship and marriage ever based off love? No. It's based off fucking human survival. Duh. People are lucky enough to fall in love with the person they're with. Some people they'll actually get to know them and go, like the man was like, well, even though I bought this bitch, I bought her from her family. She's mine. My property. That's the way niggas used to look at it back in the day. So was the man really in love with the woman? Or did he see a hot little thing and say, ooh, yeah, I won't buy that? You get it? You know what I mean? Like, they try to make it so honorable back in the ancient days or whatever. And I'm like, yo, stop fucking playing with. Who you talking to, dog? Who you talking to? It got me thinking. How many people really fall in love, you know? Because this new way, you know, picking somebody and all this, it seems to not really be working too well, but at the same time, for those that actually do the shits, actually take advantage of the freedoms, you know, of one, a lot of people don't realize poor people didn't get married like the way we see, you know? You know, like if you think about it, if you're not the same race as me, then we married each other off differently. You get it? And I don't think everybody was in the village trying to have the fucking most extravagant weddings to show off and prove their love, but end up divorcing this bitch 10 years later. You proved your love with $100,000 and then didn't even last 10 years. Yeah. That's so much love. And then two broke motherfuckers get fucking married under the eyes of God and not by the laws of the land. No, they do what the Lord said. You know? They go do it that way. So then the government isn't in your fucking pocket. You know? You have to pay someone to get married. Who the fuck did Adam and Eve pay to get married, huh? Where's the prenup? Where was the ring? Oh yeah, there wasn't none. There was only my father, the judge, the priest, the holy man. You know? And my father said if you put your penis inside her and, you know, you're together now. If you ejaculate into her and get her pregnant, you are married to her. You binded your fucking essence and your goddamn DNA together, and now you become one person, the child, you know? The Father, the Son, and the Holy, the Father, the Mother, and the Holy Child, you know? So the Lord doesn't play around with this man shit. Like, you know, like men will get like 100 women pregnant and be like, I ain't the father. I ain't claiming none of yous. The Most High said you got 100 wives, dog. You got how many? You got all those women pregnant? Well, you got all those wives. You know? Same thing with women. Women, you know, the Most High don't, it goes both ways. Can't be running around with everybody giving you shit up and then you just, oh no, I'm not. No, those are all your men. Those are all your men. You know? They share you. They just don't know about it. Now, for a long time, I've literally been trying to really defend women when it comes to this. I say, yeah, sure, I'm sure more women actually, there's lots of women that actually love their husbands. But then I really think about how fucked up the world really is. And I think to myself, if you was a woman, what would you do? Would you be worrying about falling madly in love with some fucking hunky rich guy or something? Or would you be worrying about, you know, not being broke and out there like the rest of the chicks chasing rich niggas until they're 40? You know? Would you use your brain and the things you learned? Would you have submitted to the Lord? I mean, I say, yeah, probably would have. So therefore, I would have picked a husband, you know? And I wouldn't pick off of superficial things or just money. Anybody could fucking, there's a lot of providers in the world, you know? That's what gets me confused about women that want to be taken care of because it's your natural reality, but then not actually pick men that you're actually in love with. It doesn't make any sense. This was the whole point of women breaking the laws of all the books of religion in all face of your father and mother pick your fucking husband. Because you're a child and you're an idiot. You don't know what the fuck a man even is yet. How you gonna pick who you gonna be with for the rest of your life? And then it kept women, without having a lot of dicks in them, you know? If a woman had to grow up and be watched by her parents and made sure to be a virgin because it's the only way a man's gonna pick you and actually stay with you, you know? That's what made women stay virgins more than anything when they really, I believe I didn't live back then, so I don't know, but I would honestly believe and think in my head, if I was a woman that lived back then, knowing I can't be married unless this pussy isn't tampered with. It's not saying that they're not going to give hand jobs and blow jobs or take it up the bum. A lot of you niggas really believe in your head, oh, I got an arranged marriage. My wife was fucking a virgin. No, her pussy was a virgin, nigga. Every other hole got done dirty, dog. Niggas was having fun with her neck. The fuck you talking about, nigga? Why you think her lips look like that, nigga? Why you think her little ass got fat? Remember when she was younger, she was skinny, she ain't have no booty, and then out of nowhere, she started getting that little pump booty out of nowhere. She doesn't do no exercises. You don't never see this bitch exercise, but her booty got big. Somebody's tearing her shit up, nigga. Dumbass niggas. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Is it's not all women. I don't want to throw all y'all under the bus. But I know for a fact majority of women don't love the man they're with. Especially, or if she does love you, I'm not going to say she don't totally love you, but a lot of women don't respect the man they're with. Like being a handsome man walking down the street and literally seeing women disrespect their fucking husband walking right next to them, staring at me up and down like, oh my God. And then I look at their husband and I see him with the gorilla, I want to fight you face. And he pulls his wife closer to him. And I'm like, you getting mad at me, but nigga, your bitch is looking like that. Nigga, that's not me. I'm not looking at you or your woman in a disrespectful way. I just see her looking at me. Why your girl over there looking at me? Why your man standing there? Like Mace made a song about that shit. Like, yo, dog, I'm doing me over here, dog. Nobody wants your girl. She looks decent, but she's really average. She's fucking regular. She's nobody to cheat on. She's not that. Even though your bitch is probably, ready to cheat. And you can't blame a man or blame the other woman. Oh my God, my man cheated on me with her. Well, obviously your relationship has been over, or, you just never really had a person that wasn't cheating on you. And you just need to break up. I think cheating is sure signs of the other person doesn't want to be with you anymore. Or doesn't love you the way they used to. Someone can still love you, but, your sex game is trash. Your conversations about the same stupid shit every day at work, nobody wants to hear that no more. You gotta go do something, go learn something. You gotta come back with that twinkle in your eyes when I first met you. Remember when I first met you, the twinkle, the happiness? Now, every day I see you, you get the sad face on. I don't want to see that. Anyway, it really baffles me sometimes, this human experience, and how love, that word is, I think we have it very confused. Because when I ask people what love is, you ask 10 people, you get 10 different answers, It's always someone doing something for them and shit, you know what I mean? You'll never hear people talk about sacrifice. I sacrifice this because I don't do this because I love this person. I don't do that because I love it. Oh yeah, I forgot. The laws of God. And the Most High said the only way to love God is to do His laws. He don't give a fuck about what you think. He don't care about how you feel. If you ain't doing those laws, the Lord said you do not love me. So I think that's why I started developing what I believe. I could be wrong. Love is something that you do. And it's not just something you do, it's things you don't do. You know, like the Lord said, don't do that. So you could do this, you know? And I believe action, actions is love. You know? Talking and we've been together for 100 years, and what the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean y'all in love. It's business. Y'all make good money together. Y'all whatever, but you actually don't even barely see this person. You don't even talk to that person barely. You probably still don't even know things about them. You know how you be with somebody fucking 10 years? You know they still got secrets and shit. What? How you have a secret from someone you're in love with? Because love doesn't come with secrets. Love comes with trust, and trust means you can be yourself. It doesn't mean you're always right. It doesn't mean you don't have something that the other person may not like. It means you trust them enough where you can understand and give them the right to choose you, even though your truth may not agree with what they like. The other things about you, the other truths about you will make that person say, I don't give a fuck about that one little thing. I don't give a fuck about that big thing. Now, all them other things is bigger than that bad thing. To me, that's love. I could be wrong. Never can't say I'm the master of relationships. I'd actually be in one. But taking my time and watching the others, and actually learning myself and starting to study women and seeing their psychology. Like my father said, you gotta kind of like learn about women before you just go and pick one, because they're like the wind. Their mind blows like the wind. And it's a little hard to capture the wind. You can't control the wind. Well, nah, we ain't back in the day. We know how to seed clouds and make it rain, and we can make it hurricane. So yeah, man can control the wind. So that would mean a woman's mind that is built to be like the wind. That's what the Bible says. I'm not saying this. You go argue with my father about that, because I'm sure women are like, who the fuck are you talking about? Because my mind isn't like the wind. Yes, it is. Whatever fat, you used to wear dresses, now you just wear pants. You don't blow with the wind. Use, instead of making up some weird new thing and say, women are gonna start dressing like this. You said, we're gonna wear the pants and the fucking, you're not even original. Like, that's not even original. That's like laziness, if you ask me. It's lazy. Well, if pants represent the leader, well then I need to wear pants. No, there used to be kings and queens, you goofy fucking asshole. Queens had power too, just not as much as the king. It's really sad to see so many people form these fake relationships and really not bonds on fighting life together. I don't understand how people don't understand that's the like, to me, I could be wrong. That's one of the key points of a relationship is you both are living a certain type of life, and you're like, oh, my life is like this and my life's like that, and I have to fight against these things in my life. It would be good to have someone that has the similar fight, so you can have the similar mission, so you can have the similar thoughts, so you can go on a similar road, so you could be easier. Instead of choosing somebody that wants to go down that way, but your mission is that way, and you're going to meet up in the middle somehow. You're going to build a new road, and it's possible. And it's just going to be really fucking hard. And a lot of people have been trying to do that for a long time. And look where that got them. Divorced and your children with some other guy. You know? That's why it's very hard for everyone. This is why I don't want you people to feel bad. If you think I'm trying to make you feel bad, it's hard to find someone that actually loves you, or the other reality of someone is willing to not worry about that love thing, or because like a lot of people, love is just a bunch of feelings, or little things they do for you. They did this for me, they did that for me. When shit got real hard, when everybody turned against you, did that person stay there, or did they listen to everybody? See, love will make it go, all right, my man's the bad guy, well, we're the bad guy now. You get it? Like Harley Quinn type shit. Like, I'm gonna match my man's crazy. Give a fuck what the world says. It's us versus all of you. I don't give a fuck about none of you. There's not too many women that can do that. All it takes is a group of people in your town to fucking want to hate on your man or your girl, say a bunch of things, and you'll leave that person. Or not even let your person do something wrong and get caught for it. Will you stand by them? A lot of motherfuckers say, I love my person forever and all this. We go through anything. Motherfucker get caught stealing, or some crazy exposure where you get blasted on the internet and you look like a fucking fool in town or some shit. You done cheated or something, you know what I mean? And then, nah, all that love's gone. Everything's out the window now. Oh, yeah, because your love comes with a condition. And usually the condition is, don't embarrass me in front of other, and don't embarrass me. Not, don't put my life in danger. You stole or you did these things, so I didn't realize like that how I was driving around as Benz, cause and then they will, oh my god, my husband's a drug dealer. He never loved me. No, he did love you. That's why he did those things. You fucking idiot. That guy go to jail. She'll be sleeping with your fucking brother. She'll be sleeping with your best friend. Did she ever really love you, or did she love what you could provide? The same thing goes for women. Because it's not like women ain't providers for men. Being on a low level Super Saiyan side, you see that a lot. You know what I mean? And a lot of women don't understand. They be like on the broker side, women always complain like, I take care of my man, or they're proud of it, which is, it's kind of double-edged sword. And I don't think women on the bottom be understanding why you have to support your man, because nobody gives a fuck about any man. Other men make sure other races of men don't beat their race of men, so they don't play fair. You have to go and build your own shit up. In real life, I don't have to want to give you an advantage to beat me. No, it's you. It's you live better than me, or you don't, nigga. And when you're poor, or you're middle class, or you're rich and you're a woman, you get free shit. Doesn't matter what class of reality you live in. If you're a woman, you get free shit. So when other men give you free shit, you know, that's why you gotta that's why you got a little bit more than your man level. Cause some of you are not even with nobody, but that's your man. You just think you're gonna jump up a level due to love or some shit. And I'd be like, yo, half the women on the bottom don't realize, like, the men above you, they're not gonna pick you because of the way you act. You know? They'll fuck around with you and shit, but you're not wife material. You're not somebody that he can literally bring up to that class. That's why he don't bring you to the parties. He goes out with you, bring you out to clubs or wherever y'all go. Y'all go on the weekend, go out to eat, but you don't go to his family dinner. He don't invite you to the work Christmas party. You know, you just go to other type of parties. Now where the class and all the people are at, the real people, where shaking and baking happens. You usually bring your wife around those people, because they got wives. They're not there with their jigaboo from you know? No, they're there. There's a different type of party for that, you know? And I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but the whole point of this video is if you're with somebody and you actually don't love them and you chose them out of the provider thing, and not saying that I'm a heartless person, I just chose for money. No, you did what the world told you and picked a person that was doing good and can go places, but you didn't really actually learn this person. You thought love was just gonna happen. You was just gonna be in love, and you watched other people, and now you 10, 20 years in, whatever, and you're kind of thinking of divorcing, not realizing that other couple's still happy because they learned their husband. They actually give a fuck. They built the relationship. They built a mental bond. They built it's us versus the world. They got inside jokes. They got fucking all types of, little things and codes and how we do things and the world does things. The world and there's us, When you actually build this thing, being around somebody long enough, you can fall in love. It's just, I really believe that, it's the choice, the being able to have options, and then this new way of thirst that is broadcasted everywhere. It was for a while they were broadcast. You can get better in life. You don't need her. You can get a better one. You don't need her. You can upgrade and all this. Nah, a lot of people are starting to realize, yeah, some people can, and some people should. But a lot of people, no, that is your level. That's your level for commitment. Men above that level won't commit to you because those type of men down there, that's your level. Those are the men that will commit to you. The other men will just have fun with you, sleep with you and shit. They're not going to commit to you because you're not on the same level. And it's not about money, it's mentality. A man with money doesn't think, oh, money, why? She has to have money. No, a nigga from the upper class will go down to the street, see a waitress at a fucking restaurant, and be like, yo, you hear the way she talks, Ricky? She doesn't sound like the other ones. The other ones are stupid. Did you hear what she's talking about? She's talking about this and, hey, Jimmy, go talk to her for me real quick. Go ask her these questions. I want to see what her answers are. Next thing you know, he comes back. He's like, she's I can't believe she's a waitress. She's fucking mad smart. She's telling me this and this and that and that. And then next thing you know, that guy's like, he's hitting on her, Because he's like, oh, she grew herself. She did, even though she's in the concrete, she said, I'm a rose and I'm going to bloom. Even though I'm stuck here in the dirt and the concrete, I'm still going to bloom. I'm not gonna just stay down here and just say, fuck it. I'm gonna stay in this calm, I'm gonna stay in the dirt. No, I'm blooming up anyway. I'm gonna become myself anyway. You get it? That's the difference. And unfortunately, the marriage isn't really going higher. And I think you can't blame men, you know what I mean? There's always men doing enough. There's never been all rich men, so women thinking the majority of you are going to be living some extravagant life, yeah, you've been lied to. And no, it's not the way it's going to go. And then you're actually going to have to work, Men that can provide a woman to not work doesn't mean you sit around all day. Your cooks and your queens, that shit doesn't take that long, bro. And we have machines for all those things now. So that means it takes even less time. So that would mean you would have to, know yourself. You gotta know things about yourself. You gotta have some hobbies, maybe actually some smarts to want to make your own side money. It's not like he needs you to make money. He just doesn't want to fucking hear the same questions every day. He doesn't want you to. He wants you to have a life, not just fucking. Oh, I sit home and drink a fucking scotch every other fucking. And get drunk right before Do something with your life. And your husband will start loving you more. It seems weird, but yeah, it actually does. It works because he'll see the brightness in your eyes of you actually loving yourself and doing things and being happy about it, and then he joins in. You know, so for all the people that may be listening to this, for the single ones that may have lost someone or can't understand why you lost someone. Understand that things happen for a reason, and everyone in this world's not meant to live the same exact life. So some of us are gonna stay single. Some of us are gonna end up with somebody, and then others are gonna get married to somebody. Shit like that. The things that matter the most in this life is the experience of love. You know, you don't need other people to experience love. You have to love yourself. You know? Usually that helps to love someone else. So, if you haven't been feeling love lately, if you've been single, or if you've been with somebody and you still feel single, because I've been there, actually talk to your partner. Restart your relationship. You can start all over because you're different now and you're already together, so you don't have to go through the phase of, do you like me? I like you. Do you like baseball? See, you already know all that. You just grew up, but you just grew apart. Now you just need to start asking those questions like you did in the beginning. Confirmation. A lot of people fall out of relationships with somebody and then you just with them, not realizing you got a chance to start a whole new relationship with somebody that you already been with. That is so fucking awesome. It's like getting to live your life twice. You lived your life already with this person young. You grew up, did all your responsibilities. Now you got your crib and your shit together. But now you bored of the motherfucker because, they changed. They grew up. You barely see each other. You're always working. You have finished your project. So, you're almost there. You're almost dead. You get it? Game's almost over. And now you have a new person that's really an old person because you've changed a little. And you have a chance to do exactly what you did the first time. Remember in the first time, you didn't know the person. And you were like, I can't wait to get to know them. I wonder why they do this. I wonder why they do that. You can have those same things. You can have that same experience all over, but with somebody you already been with. The trust thing, we already have a bond, we already have bills to pay, we're binded already. So, catch your second wind in your relationship. Or catch your first wind, because a lot of us, like I said, coming from the 90s, 80s, and all these games and people just being together. A lot of people I don't really think ever was in love. You're just together. You're good together. You just may not have a lot of problems, but actually loving each other, nah. Y'all just did what y'all seen. Y'all seen people get married, stay together, and be together, and But that love, that waking up next to the motherfucker and wanting to actually be there and all that shit is gone. And it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't. You just have to learn the person you're with again, and maybe those feelings will come back. Maybe I wonder what they're doing. Not, oh God, I wonder what bad shit they're up to, Like, a lot of people make their relationships worse than it really has to be. Because it's mental. All love, all praise to the Most High.